Alright, guys, if you have a low CRS score, the question is whether you should still apply for express entry. Should you still be a part of the pool of candidates? Is it even worth being a part of the pool at a score somewhere like 300, 350? That is the question that we are answering in this video. It's a burning topic, and a lot of my viewers and subscribers are in this sort of a situation, guys. This is the video and my honest opinion today. Please be tuned till the end. So guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice here inside Ontario, Canada. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and in the description box. Please make sure you do not get tricked by any other scammers and fraudsters around the globe, because a lot of people are posing to be my agents. We have received a couple of complaints, and make sure you are not scammed by that. You can get in touch with me by the number on the screen, and you can schedule a consultation with me through the details in the description box. Guys, if you're watching me for the first time, my request is that you please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, so that every time we release a new video on Canadian immigration, you are the first one who's given a notification. So guys, we are discussing the question of the century that hey Sahil, I have a low CRS score, and I'm not sure that whether entering the pool at 300 is worth it or not. 350, is it worth it or not? Should I even make the efforts? What do you think? So guys, my honest and blunt opinion in one word will come at the last, but let me just drill down my thought and then build up towards the answer. Okay, so guys, first things first, I think the year 2020 and the year 2021, the starting has actually proved that even though 2017 and 18 were great years for express entry, it is finally moving towards a brighter side. Okay, now we have seen very low cutoffs during COVID-19, and we never thought that COVID-19 would have ever arrived, right? So Canadian experience class went to an all-time low in the in the short 400s. It was never expected. A lot of students, a lot of Canadian work experience guys got their PRs. I in fact received a call day before yesterday. The person had just a 462 CRS. He was in Canada, and he said, I never thought I would be a part of the pool. I just randomly had put, I'd lost all hopes looking at 478 and 480 and everything, and then COVID started bouncing back, so the scores went up, and then 461 cutoff happened and he was invited. Okay, and he never expected that. And if you look at the recent PNP cutoff of around 800 also, now 800 means people were having about say 600 points, and they had their own CRS score of only say 200 and something. And when they got invited over 800, you can imagine how lucky they would be, right? So they would have never thought that they would have been invited. And now if you look at the other scores also, in the early 2019s, the score was somewhere around 480, 478, something like that. Now today the score is sitting at 468 for an all-time draw, right? And it is only going down, and I mean there is no surety of it. But if you were still to count your probability, and hope is probably the right word, is that the express entry system is not that predictive, right? It can go anywhere. You never know, tomorrow anything happens, and for one draw IRCC decides to take an intake of say 10,000 people. You don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows what can happen, right? Express entry, nobody knows what are the officers thinking, what do they have in mind. If they're running fine on the intake, if they have the right candidate, if they have their projections right, they might not reduce the score. But then if they need more people, if they think it's worth it, if the profiles are good, they might send you an invitation. So with that perspective, it is definitely worth having your file in the pool, because at least you are doing your part. At least your efforts are there. Okay, see, even at 350 or 300 or 280, the best thing you can do is just put your file in. Okay, and then just forget it that your file is even there. If you are that lucky, if you are that so when I was in India, we used to have, back in the late 90s, there was something known as a lottery, and you still have those lotto in India, in Canada, in US, right? So think of it like a lotto, and I do tell this to a lot of my clients and my the folks who get a consultation. Think of it like a lotto. Whether or not you're ready to do that hard drill of getting a WES, getting your IELTS is the first part. Now, once you've done that, okay, then just putting the file in the system, you should not even think twice before doing that. Yes, going for an IELTS score, going for a WES is cumbersome. You never know. But still, I mean, if you have a dream of coming to Canada, at least you can do that. Right? Now, another very important part of this particular thought process is PNPs. Now we all know how PNPs work, right? Now to get a provincial nomination, there are only two ways. One, either the province invites you. Okay, now you are a part of the express entry system. You have opened your intent to a couple of provinces, and you've told them that, hey, if Alberta likes me, or if say Ontario likes me, or if BC likes me, I am very well happy to get settled, in that province. If they like my profile, they can send me a notification. Okay, in that, you don't have to do anything. If they find your file suitable, they might invite. And this is where you saw the 800 something cutoff in express entry, right? So this was a clear indication that happened. So people were picked up. Now, if you look at the other side of it, where you can do something with the PNPs, there a higher score comes into picture, right? So you need to be eligible to apply without a job offer. Find the PNPs which are without a job offer, go separately to the province and apply. Say applying to Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, you can just go separately to them and apply. But when it comes to your fate, your luck, then definitely I think if you have your files in the system even with low scores, but your profile is niche, so let's say you are probably a very highly educated university professor, and you've done your doctorate and everything, or maybe you're working in artificial intelligence. That is a profession, or an occupation code that is very high in demand. Now in that case, if you're there in the system, you never know, they might invite you, and if that happens, then you'll be in luck. So like I said, guys, being in the express entry system, even with a lower CRS score, is more like, playing in the dark. You should have your hopes controlled, right? It's not that when you have your file in the system, you start withdrawing yourself from your regular life in wherever you are, right? You might be working in a different country, in a different role. It is not that with the score of 300, 350, say 380, you should be very hopeful, okay? But hope is what you can have. Be more dedicated towards your current life, because in the event, and very high likely, if you're not invited, then in that particular case you should not lose what you have today. So with that positive spirit, you can definitely enter the express entry system. Definitely hope that they invite you, and in the event they do, in the event you are in that lotto, and you get that lotto, you're successful, then why not make the best of it, make the best use of it. And in both events, you should be happy. I wish you all the best, and I wish all the luck to you. If you need any help in identifying your CRS score, maybe an occupation and what needs to be done, your express entry file, we would be more than happy to help you. My number is on the screen and in the description box. Please schedule a consultation with me, and I would be more than happy to discuss your case with you and see if we can move ahead. Once again, I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you soon in Canada.